half-hour news block. Now Ruslan Ardashev with the weather.
Thanks, James. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruslan Ardashev, delivering your 9 o'clock weather forecast for December 27th, 2007. Just to recap, there was absolutely no occurrence of precipitation. Now, as you can see, our humidity varied from 59% to 83% throughout the day. On the next graph, our pressure rose slightly to around 30.1 inches at 9 p.m. and then steadily decreased until now at around 29 inches. Our temperature changed very little until it began steadily rising from 38 degrees at 6 a.m. to 54 degrees at 9 p.m. Our dew point changed very little until it began steadily rising from 32 degrees at 6 a.m. to 50 degrees at 9 p.m. Moving on, our visibility range was, as you can see, 10 miles up until it dipped down to about 6 miles at 9 a.m. and then rose back to 10 miles at 12 p.m. Finally, it fell again at 6 p.m. and is now at 5 miles. Moving on, again, the wind was traveling at 8 miles an hour at 12 a.m., as you can see, and then fell to 0 at 3 a.m. From there on, it steadily increased at 6 p.m., at which was 14 miles per hour. Then, it began falling and is now at 10 miles per hour. As of right now, we are experiencing cold weather with no precipitation because we are behind a cold front in a low pressure system right here. Due to the Coriolis effect, I expect the low pressure to travel northeast and the high above us, which is feeding the low, to travel. Now moving on to our 5-day forecast. Today, we've had a 58 degrees Fahrenheit high and a 38 degree Fahrenheit low, both temperatures being below average. Our averages for the month are 65 degrees Fahrenheit for the high and 47 degrees Fahrenheit for the low. Tomorrow, we're expecting a temperature increase to about 64 degrees Fahrenheit for the high and a 40 degrees Fahrenheit for the low, with a 20% chance of precipitation, our high being on the average and our low being below average. After tomorrow, aka the 29th, we'll be having around 62 degrees Fahrenheit for our high and a 47 degrees Fahrenheit for our low, with little to no chance of precipitation, our high being below average and our low being on average. On the 30th, we'll be having a warm weather of 69 for our high and 42 for our low, with a 10% chance of rain, our high being above average and low being below average. On New Year's Eve, it'll be pretty warm with a 70 degrees Fahrenheit high and a 39 degrees Fahrenheit low, with a 10% chance of precipitation, our high being above average and low below average. Partly cloudy will be the condition of the whole week. Thank you for watching, and now we will be moving on to our sports column.